And good afternoon, folks. Warp103 bringing another video. This time here, we are going to be comparing the Skorpy and the SU. Hopefully, y'all had a great holiday. So sit back, relax, and of course, we hope that you enjoy the show.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly firestorm on you.
And thank you for viewing this video. If you like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the icon above, and then of course hitting the bell icon to get notifications when the next video drops. So here we go. Now again, I got to compare this to the SU. I'm doing this basically for people to say, okay, which one you feel is better, the SU or the SU? Now still, even after I do the comparison, people are still gonna, feel however they feel for the tank and everything else of that, because everybody plays it differently. What I feel about it might be great for me and so that, but for the next person might be like, no, I don't like it. So, it's one of those things that we want to see. Yes, I'm doing my number thingy. Again, now I wouldn't have, what I'm doing right now, I wouldn't have done with the SU, because again, I want to test this mobility. I want to test and see if that, okay, the mobility that it says, oh, it's also awesome. So again, I'm just testing out its mobility, seeing how it fits, is it really good, is it blah, blah, blah. Just shooting people in their face. Again, Now I do have to point out that the SU can do the same thing at the same location, so this is not really not a big deal. Now again, this is not normal gameplay. This is not, okay, this is what I normally no. Nope, not enough gun depression. I gotta get a little bit more. And this guy here keeps spotting me. That's the guy that keeps effing me over. He keeps spotting me. At this point, I decided to go in. It's the best thing to do. Again, its mobility just seems a slightly bit off compared to, not slightly, a way off compared to the SU. The SU just does it better. Don't get me wrong, it does feel good, but it's just not as good as the SU. Now, no, I'm not trying to show off again. I've played, before and everything else. I'm just testing out this versus the SU. And again, this is more mobile, but it's not. The funny thing is, the SU technically is more mobile than this is, but the turret rotation is what limits the SU. If it wasn't for that, if they had the same turret that this has, I literally would think the SU is better. But since it doesn't, you have to sit there and be like, okay, well, which one is going to be more of a factor? Now, for my play style, the SU is just simply better. Even though I hate that the turret doesn't rotate all the way around, but the camo value, speed to get to the location, to me, that's more valuable to me. But I can't discount the fact that the gun handling on this one is better. Now we're going to test out its mobility. Now again, we know how fast the SU is. We've done it before. We really want to see. That's 51. Now I'm going to look at my SU battles and see and when I talk in a post game and everything else, and to see if it's the same speed, if it's just the same, more of the same, or is it this is really more mobile. But 4 kills, you know, 1,800, but 2,000 combined. It's not an epic battle and everything else, and it's not like, oh, it's the bestest thing ever. But again, we'll talk in the post game, because again, I want to look up the SU, look at the speed, because again, even though they say this is more mobile, from my memory, every time I play the SU, and now I have something to compare it to, because I literally played this now and played the SU, and the SU to me, if you can go back in my things and everything else, the SU is faster to most locations. Now, turning wise, meaning that, you know, moving, you know, you gotta maneuver and everything else. I'm not talking straight line acceleration. I'm going to give it to the SU. Mobility wise, meaning that when you need to turn and everything else like that, I'm gonna have to say that, you know, I think the Scorpion, you know, is better when it comes to maneuverability. It just feels more natural to be able to turn inside of it, you know. So again, on the screen it says its mobility is its top speed is 60. Again, you saw me doing it, it's like that top speed on a normal ain't 60. Because see, like I said, the power to weight ratio is better. So again, the SU, it's more mobile when it comes to actually, you know, movement going forward and back. Even transverse speed is better and everything else. So I'm not sure why everybody thinks this is the more mobile tank, because it's truly not. I mean, it's literally the power to weight ratio. You can look on the screen right now and you can see that's almost 18 versus you almost, not almost, you're a quarter away from 17. So no. And again, the other one has better camo. Yeah, I can't see why people think that this one is way better. Now, I will grant you, now the gun itself feels much more easy to use, because again, you know, you're talking about .33 versus .25. That's a big difference. Now, grant you, just like that, my crew inside of here is way better and everything else like that, but still, that is a big difference, and plus the aim time is better as well. So actually no, the crew is about the same. So no. So overall, I have to give gun wise, the gun characteristics go to the Scorpion. I mean, it just does. It's no other way of putting it. The gun itself is easier to use. Now I see why most people prefer this and everything else. Because the gun, you know, again, I can creep up on the hill, you know, and again, with the SU, it's awkward at times because you got to try to make that, and then your gun depression doesn't help you either. So, yeah. So gun wise, the SU is harder to use, but the punch, the actual, you know, kick in the teeth and everything else, so that, you know, the SU hits harder and you don't have to stay in the open as longer. So, you know, that's what I'm going to call it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is Warp103 saying warp out, have fun. We'll catch you in the next one. Please, of course, hit that like, subscribe button. It really helps the channel out. Until then, warp out and